Good morning, everybody. This is Brenda with Bees Creations, and I've had several people ask me, how do you get these cute little silicone beads onto a retractable badge reel? I asked a couple people. Nobody would tell me anything, so I figured, hey, I'm just going to try it, see if it works, and this is my take on how to do this. First, you're going to need a badge reel, beads. I normally use 3. They can be any color. You could probably also use the bubblegum beads. I just like the silicone beads better. You're going to need this handy dandy little, it's a threader, but if you can see, it's got a little light on the end of it, and it's kind of longer than what a normal threader is. Tape. I use medical tape. That's just because my husband's an EMT and I like this tape better. You're going to need a pair of pliers and scissors. So let's get started. First, I'm going to take the badge reel and I'm going to pull the retractable piece down so it's like this. You can see it's hanging. I'm going to take a piece of my tape. Maybe I should have pulled a piece off before I got started. Yeah. So anyway, pull your piece of tape off first. Take it again. Stretch it down. You probably want a good, 4 or 5 inches. Take this tape, and as you can see, there's a hole right here. Cover it and put the tape down onto the thread. This is going to hold it from retracting back, because once you take these pieces off, you have lost your cord. All right. So next, I'm going to take my pliers and that little clasp area, pull it off. You just want to stretch it out enough and see, it's off. Step 1, pretty easy, huh, guys? Next, you're going to push the cord up through the hole at the end of the little plastic piece. See? Snip the knot off. Boom, done. Now pull the little plastic piece off, set it aside. So the customer that I have is in love with purple, so we're going to do 3 shades of purple. You're going to thread 1 bead on, 2 beads on, and 3 beads on. So now you've got 3 beads. Here comes the fun part. You're going to turn this little guy on. You're going to carefully take and thread it through the holes of the plastic piece. Sometimes it doesn't go the first time, or you drop it just like I did. But you want to thread it through to where the ball is at the top and the flat is up against your little thing. I hope I'm doing this right. It's been a couple of times since I've done these. Now you're going to thread through here. Try not to lose your little guy, which I have problems with that a lot. Thread through. Sometimes you may have to, there we go, we got it. And I did it upside down. So, bubble end toward the little threader guy. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's been a while. Okay, so if you can see that. All right, so now we're going to thread again. I may need to trim this little piece of cord. I don't know if it's going to go through or not. And sometimes it starts to fray just a little bit. And yeah, we're going to have to trim this. It's okay if you trim it because those retractable cords are like 30 inches long. So it's not a big deal if you trim off just like 1/4 of an inch. Just enough. So, did we get it in? We got it in. You're going to now pull through. And voila, you're attached. So now you're going to take it and put a couple of knots in the end of it, because you saw when you took it apart that the knot, there was like a big knot. This is to keep it nice and tight. So 1 knot. I normally do 2 though. And the second knot. Ta-da. Pull it nice and snug and tight. I normally kind of use my pliers just to pull it tight. You're going to slide that little down. Trim off anything extra that you have at the bottom of that bead. As you can see, this is very little. Snip, snip. Sometimes I will push it up just a little bit and snip a little bit closer to the knot. That way it doesn't come out. Pull it back down. We're done with this guy. Found this at Walmart in the crafts in the sewing section. Super cheap, maybe like $3 or $4. All right, so now we're ready to put it back together. So we have beads. We have the little clip. We're going to put it back in here. Take your pliers and make sure you crimp it good and tight so this doesn't come back off. I've got beads hanging. I'm going to take the tape off this guy. And there we go. We have beads on a bad drill. These are silicone beads, like I said. They are food grade silicone. So if your little kid gets a hold of them and chews on them, they're totally safe. You can just wipe them off with a baby wipe or damp cloth to clean them. Totally safe. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.